Now, the rest of the story.
I hope you can hear me. They say I'm using the microphone off the camera. I just got done changing some blades, flipping some over, which is not very common for it being less than an hour from being done. But I opened up this section of the farm and I managed to find a stick. And the outside 3 shells were not broken, but they were dull. They weren't bent, but they weren't cutting that great. At least it was noticeable to the point where I could feel it on the tractor. And it's actually slows me down having to shift down just so I can do a better job cutting when all I gotta do is swap the blades around. So we got sprayed by a skunk. Say I've seen a lot of deer, frogs, snakes. Never saw the skunk, but he clearly sprayed the tractor or the mower because I was literally, you could feel the stink crawling up your nostrils. It was pretty bad. That's usually one of those where you know you got it point blank. So down at the valley, a job that I didn't know I was doing today. It's the big reason why we make sure everything's ready to go once you get done using it. So like today, all I had to do was hook up the mower and I left. And we've been cutting since 10:30. I would have liked to have been down here a lot sooner. Granted, we're only doing about 2/3 of the farm. And it's probably a good thing, otherwise we probably would have been here until about 10 o'clock tonight. The bottom, it isn't flooded. Believe it or not, I'm extremely grateful for that, yes, but it's almost, it's like it's got a puddle across it. So it's not very deep, but clearly anybody that's tried to make hay like this, or any of my farmers, you're not going to cut hay in just standing water and get it dry, right? So all things considered, with everything we got down at home, we got, with what we got down here and what's been cut already waiting to be baled tomorrow, we got about 115 acres that we've got to get made here in the next couple days, but we're supposed to get rain. And that's an issue I'm going to have to deal with too. I keep yanking out one of my SCVs. I say SCV, it's not that, it's one of my hydraulic hoses. My hoses are the right length without the quick attach on the 3-point, but with having that quick attach on, those hoses got to reach like that much farther, and they don't like doing that. They're either gonna just get a little extension, have like a 6 or 8 inch piece of hose made, or have to take this one completely out and have an extension put in it. I'd probably just have a small piece made that I can just put in behind the coupler and be done with it. So too much hose on the front end is better than not enough, because if I turn too short one way, it'll pull it out. So you can see behind me, that's what I would consider the low ground. It's not, it's part of the bottom, part of a bottom. And to be honest, I really haven't been keeping too close an eye on everything that's been going on down here in regards to the water. I just know that the river was up. Not much I can do about it. I'm just grateful that it's, you know, backing up from the river and not from flash flooding, because at least with it not being flowing water, that would have done significantly. It would, if I would have had rushing water go down across the bottom, it would have been unsalvageable. Just the long and the short of it. The way it stands right now, the water had backed up from the Mississippi because of all the rain they had north of us, northwest of us. I feel bad for them, but it backed the river up, and any of the low-lying areas is seeing the effects also. But with that water just backing up, it had no real flow to it. It was just rising, and my reed canary is like 6 feet tall, and from what I can tell, I only had like maybe this much water on it. I'm at least far enough up from the Mississippi, not far enough, but I'm at least far enough up from the Mississippi that I'm not seeing a huge amount of flooding. So at least the grass isn't completely underwater. So it's kind of like rice, you know, they flood rice to keep the bugs and the weeds out. I guess we could say the bottom ground is stand-in rice crop. I still feel really confident we can get it made. It's just the river's got to drop. I did it again. I wait until I turn the camera on, and I do it twice right in a row. And we're almost done for the day, but these 3 fingers that I'm on right now, I've been tempted, you know, to just bring the disc it down and reseed it, but I actually have a bunch of reed canary. I don't know if you guys can really see it too well when I'm driving. It's starting to take hold through here. I mean, it's July, so everything is pretty well seeded out, and it's allowing itself to reseed, and it's an invasive crop. A lot of guys don't like it. I'm not going to sit and go on about that. I like it because of tonnage. It does do well, not just in bottom ground, you know, it likes to stay wet. It does do really well up on dry land too, at least definitely from what I'm seeing. My main goal is really the second cut for myself. The first cut stuff, make it, ship it, you know, keep some of it of course, but that second cut where it's mainly all leaves, that's some really beautiful stuff. It's just, if I could have went through and gotten it made last year properly, we had that coon baler with the knives in it. My intentions were to make the entire bottom for myself while using those knives in that coon round baler, which that baler was a really nice baler. It made really nice bales, and mean, it was actually kind of fun to run. Dad was running the 79 on the 569, and he really seemed to enjoy that, but any reason to run the 7920 for him is good enough. But that's actually the first round bales I think my dad has made in quite a while. So I guess, you know, you never really forget how to do some of these jobs. But if I could have actually chopped or cut that second cut canary grass and hauled it home and fed to my cows, I think my cows would have been monsters. It's just, it makes really nice feed. So a lot of it is the hurricane came through, and my friend, who's a self-proclaimed meteorologist, he's saying that from the remnants of that hurricane came through, and it kind of messed up our weather, or it shifted our weather pattern, because we were looking at rain every other day for the foreseeable future. It was supposed to be raining today, which is why it's weird that I'm even down here. Now they're calling for it to be drier, and the next chance of rain was in 5 days. There was a 30% chance of rain, and the time it took me to drive from the home farm down to here, there's no rain in the forecast. Will we get something pop up? Probably, but if we can go through and make pretty much all of our standing material, grass, second cut alfalfa, waterways, and be done for the rest of the summer, that'd be great. Then I can come through 1st September and make a second cutting off of whatever we can get made that get to come back. That's what my goal is anyway. Because June was a battle. I mean, people are asking what I was doing the month of June, and everything. Oh, come on. Doing a little bit of everything. Because we were making, we did make a bunch, all of our first crop alfalfa. We wrapped the majority of it for my brother. We were able to get all of my dad's made dry, and myself, all I made was, about 40 bales for myself, which were kind of borderline, but cows are eating them. I'm trying to hold off on feeding any alfalfa until this winter, and I'll be able to kind of feed that in with a bunch of my grass over winter for my cows, to kind of mix in with the grass, because if you give them straight alfalfa, it tends to run right through them, or if you can mix some grass in with it also, so I have access to both, it doesn't quite run right through them. And as far as everything down here, this did get the dry fertilizer, this did get a lot of rain on it, and I'm not really sure what to guess is off of this, or what to expect we'll get off of this yet. Even Ryan had said it's taking a lot longer to cut this than we thought it would, and this isn't our first rodeo doing this, but slowing down like I was having to, because I got the pan down on the flails, so the flails are set more aggressive, so I'm not able to run, 8, 9, 10 miles an hour, because I am trying to condition this stuff a little bit. Because if we can go and get everything that we had cut 2 days ago baled tomorrow, and the stuff just doesn't want to dry, otherwise we were actually going to try to bale that today, but the goal is to try to get it baled tomorrow, get it baled dry. The next day I'm probably going to come down and ted this out, kind of mix it up, and there's plenty of mature grasses in here, but there's also a lot of fresh regrowth in here, and I just want to be able to stir it up, let it air out, and I would like to think we could get this done in one day. I had a bunch of waterways I was going to go try to cut yet, but I'm actually starting to back off on those thoughts and err on the side of caution, because I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves and then have the weather change up on us, and then have all this hay on the ground and not any chance to get it made. So everything all together, we probably got 400 bales to make here in the next couple days. By the time I get this video up, this should actually be baled already, so by the time you're watching this. So it'll be nice to actually have some feed around again, because for those of you that aren't aware, I had a pretty rough go of it last year, getting anything of real quality around. Sold majority of my first crop because I banked pretty confidently on my second crop, and I did have a really nice second cutting of hay down here. We cut it after being dry all summer. We had the next day a chance of rain, so we came down and cut it, because I hope that isn't a deer. Going through, and I didn't hear it go through. I've been lucky, I haven't run anything through the mower yet, except maybe a skunk. But getting rain, nope, not a deer, we're good. But as far as my second cut last year, if I would have went through and they're calling for a chance of rain tomorrow on this stuff, it really wouldn't faze me. It's green enough yet. The rain that I was expecting to get wouldn't have been more than a heavy dew that we would typically see anyway. Well, that's not what happened, and we ended up getting 2 weeks worth of rain. And I was able to get a bunch of it made. I didn't get 100% of it made down here. But it wasn't quality. It wasn't anything I was proud to say I could feed my cows. But they did get fodder bales that were made nice, and they did all right on those. But I can't really say that I want that to be my program going forward, is just making 500 fodder bales every year, and that's just what I'm going to feed my cow. I got capacity on average conditions to make 700 plus round bales a year. I think I should be able to find enough to feed my cattle. I gotta go through and I'll get this mower gone through the blades and greased up. I want to check the oils in it. I'll be running both balers, is my guess. Probably running both rakes, honestly, because some of these places that we got a rake, the roller bar rake, that New Holland roller bar rake, is the rake to go with, and you know, get a little bit more done that way. We can set Ryan loose with the 8235 and that 569 baler, and I'll just have the 76 and the 566 baler hooked up, and I'll just go rake for a little bit until I'm ready to go bale, and we can run both balers. That's one thing I really don't want to give up, is running 2 balers and running 2 mowers. So, and then being able to come down, even only having 2/3 of this to haul in. I'm probably going to try to get Dale down here, and 2 skid steers, 2 wagons, and just get it all in and get it done. Because next week I'll probably go through and make the last of our second cut, which isn't much, and then waterways and such. If I can get everything pretty well made next week, that would actually give me a little bit of a breather. I could focus on some other things that have been waiting for its attention, like fences. Chasing the cattle around has been another one. Running around making sure everybody's calving good, because my parents, they are dropping calves. Granted, they're on the tail end of it. They had over half of them already a while ago. But where they're at right now is so heavily wooded that it's kind of hard to keep tabs on them 100% of the time. But I do have them pretty well trained to go up to where I got their mineral, and keeping eyes on them every other day is working. But to be honest, I know everybody likes too much rain or not too dry. I'm looking forward to a little bit of a dry spell. As far as moisture in the ground, I think we're sitting all right. If we could go a week or two without much rain, that would actually allow us to get a fair amount done. It's early enough yet. Shot of rain, get this second crop coming back, and we'll get something here in September to make. See how long it takes for the bottom to dry up. Ryan's doing a lot of the long runs with the 79 and the Coon mower. I'm doing a lot of the turning, the tedious stuff. Because I'd rather send Ryan loose with that. He can cover more acres quicker. And I just been going through and opening up the fields, at least so he knows, well, like me hitting those trees, or that tree limb, knows where he can and can't go, so he isn't tearing that mower up. And everything does look nice. And I think I still owe you guys a cattle update video. The calves are on their creep feed, and they're really liking that. I mean, they really took to that, which is a good thing. I'm chasing a rabbit. It's a doe and a fawn just ran up over the hill across the field here when I started down across here. But this is going to be broken up. I know we'll be down here doing the low ground whenever the river does drop off. But I still have a better outlook on it than what I did last year after seeing 2 rain get dropped on it, or 2 inches of rain dropped on it. Because this is the stuff right here as I'm talking about. And first gut read, oh, that doesn't sound good. Whoops. No. That's where the water is, right there. You guys heard that? That was the mower sucking in standing water. But essentially a puddle. I mean, I'm grateful it's not very deep. I know if I look underneath the mower right now, it's probably all nice and clean. You can see the water up on top of the hood. Oh well. This is actually doing a really good job keeping it cleaned out. Not running the water through it by any means, but this canary grass, it doesn't really mud up the inside of the mower. Seems like you get more dirt when you're cutting alfalfa, but probably operator error more than anything. We are winding down. Ryan's about done. All I got left is this little piece, and then I got to backtrack and do 6 passes over there because I see Ryan didn't cut it. But try to include you guys in getting this raked and baled. How's that sound? Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I'll talk to you guys later.